passionate about something, you can do anything. Whether
Yes.
it is going to UPSC exam or something difficult, you can do it. If you set your mindset will be plays a vital role in your journey.
Yes. Correct. Yes. So because you said that normally you make audio conversations, and sometimes you try to speak with the ChatGPT and some other AI platforms. But after all, we need to find out that slot of time so that we could practice with anybody out there, whether it is a person or a technology. So it all because of that. Your effort and that so-called skill, which is time management, right? So it's this is what the skill which we all have to master at first.
Master it.
Yes.
Definitely. You
Yes.
have to fix your target and prioritize your task, which is most important, like urgent or yeah.
Yes. So
What about you?
I
How do you
really
practice
want
your
to.
English?
Sorry.
I'm asking you, how do you practice your spoken English?
I think I have already told you I do nothing for my practice, because right now I can tell you about my present condition. Right now I'm on my vacation, so I'm speaking to you from my parents' home. You can obviously imagine the condition, right? I'm on vacation, so we might have a lot to do during these days, because this is a travel after 6 months with my family. So this is it's all about my excitement, and normally many people come here to meet us, and also we go out to chill out, hang out. So these days are not planned. But even though we say that my hands are fully occupied because I'm on vacation, but I can say that the days are not planned. Any plan, a sudden plan can pop up at any time, right? So I hardly get time to make a conversation or to practice my English. But on the other hand, when I tell you about my school routine, then obviously I don't get time, because you can imagine about the timing of the present condition in Bihar. Normally we go to school at 5:30 in the morning, because of this scorchy hot, and after that I usually get home back around 2:30, and by the time I would get worn out, and a little nap, and after that all the household chores, and after that making the lesson plan and checking the notebooks, etc., etc. So the hands are fully occupied. So it's really hard for me to find out some me time for me. I do nothing, but mostly I try to listen to some good podcasts out there, just like Sunita Ma'am's podcast, Alina Ray's, and some native speakers podcast as well. That's what I do.
Yeah, amazing. You are yeah, like too busy, but still you're very enthusiastic, a passionate learner. I see on your journey. Amazing.
Yes, because
And when it
you
comes to
always think about
podcast, yeah, but when it comes to podcast, is helping you out there too. Listening is something you're helping in my journey also, like initial journey. When I started my journey through reading, then listening is very important, I think. If somebody is beginner or like they don't have much time to do something like writing or reading, then just go with listening to podcast or something, whatever they enjoy. So yeah,
yes,
and speaking.
yes, I
Speaking
truly
comes
believe
from
in it.
speaking, you don't deny.
Yes. Yes, I totally concur with your point, because I have learned Hindi by hearing to different podcasts or different Hindi serials, etc., etc. I was a huge fan of Hindi language, so I used to watch Hindi serials and some television program. I mean, Kapil Sharma's shows, etc., etc. So that's how I have learned Hindi even before my language. So I strongly believe that if we really want to listen, I mean, if we really want to, master any language, then hearing practice, that is going to help you the most, because I'm the live example when it comes to Hindi. So whatever the whatever the timetable of mine it is, I try to listen to some podcast on a daily basis, at least for half an hour. And I think which is helping me for the most. I think so.
Yeah, listening is helping some or the other way. Listening is helping a lot.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so as you mentioned, you are a teacher. So what do you teach there? Like, is
My core
any
subject
specific
is social
subject?
studies. Yes, my core subject is ST, social studies, but in some classes I do teach English.
Social studies.
Yes.
Okay, like
Yes.
history, polity, geography, right?
Yes, obviously. Because my
I'm
background
the
is
student of history, polity. Yeah, history, polity. I took arts in class 11th or 12. So
mm-hmm.
yeah, I
Yes.
love history and geography. Geography is one of
Oh
the
my
favorite
God,
subject apart
I'm
from
not a
English.
fan of geography. I'm not a fan of geography because earlier, but not now. When I was in my 10th grade, I was not a fan of it. I strongly had a version of geography, just like mathematics. But I'm a huge fan of politics and economics. I think the teachers have a huge role when it comes to a student. I mean, when the student says that it is my favorite and this is not my favorite one, teachers have a major role in it, right? So I think my politics and economics teachers were the best at my school. That's why I started to like those subjects. And geography, I think it's not my cup of tea. Yes, I don't know, but I could not say like that because being a teacher, it's not something great to say, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Everybody has their own perception. So
yes,
being a teacher, we don't say deny these things. So yeah.
yes.
Okay. Yeah. Even though I'm very good at science in my since my childhood, like in class 1 to 10.
Mhm.
But earlier I got to know when I came to and I start learning chemistry and I start solving questions of chemistry. So that time I'm really fear of and mathematics. Sometimes I'm very good at mathematics, but sometimes I feel I'm very pathetic at it. The chapters are like a specific chapter like trigonometry, triangle is a very hard to me to mug up. I can solve the question very yeah. I'm
Ye-
very pathetic at math, but since my childhood, I'm very good at science. And later on, I just thought idea came to my mind. I'm very good at geography or English. Apart from English, I'm good at geography. Yeah.
Yes, yes, and I strongly believe that, and I already told you that the teachers have their vital role in it when it comes to a student. If the student really likes any subject, I think the teacher has a role in it. And on the contrary, I can say that if the student doesn't like any subject, the teacher has a role in it too, because I can tell you that I hardly have got any good teacher when it comes to mathematics. That is why I was not a fan of mathematics at all. And later on when I when I was in my 11th and 12th grade, my economics teacher, she was very good, and the way of explanation, it was really amazing. And even the naughty
It's
children,
up to
they were
teacher.
also very
Hmm.
attentive in her class. And in economics, there are some parts of mathematics as well, right? But when I was in that time period, I really was admiring mathematics as well because it was a part of economics. So I think teachers, they also have a crucial role in it. I think so. So being a teacher,
Yeah.
I try to engage my students I mean, in my classes. So because I know what is the condition of it, right? So we have to be very careful that.
Yeah. It's up to teacher how she taught us like subject or
Yes.
even though when I was in fifth standard, the corona came into in India, or everybody just scattered and flattered. No one go out there. So my schooling are not that much fascinating. So that's why I'm very pathetic at math. We'd say.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yes. Okay, so Aparna, I really wanted to ask you one question. In between, we changed our path. And now I want to ask you that what we really want to do in order to engage the conversation, because I think I have asked this question to many people, but I think in order to engage the conversation, we really want to keep our thinking process on, right? And it's something different when it comes to engaging the conversation. We have to be very sharp about what to say next, and at the same time I can say that we should not think about what to say next, right? Because if we really think about what to say next and translating that into English, then obviously it's going to become a big fault. So how to engage the conversation even without thinking about it? Do you have any idea or any perception about it?
Yes, so I think little bit prepared of your question, what you're gonna ask in meeting. And if we talk about engaging conversation, so I think in my perception, we should like jotted down some questions and ask him. So first, before session, it's up to you how you tackle the situation, right? So, but in my perception, we should have little bit a rapid fire question or something new to ask the person, because when it comes to engaging, like everybody do the same thing, like doing conversation, and if you are doing something different from others, so your content should be engaging, like asking different questions and bit prepared, not that much, bit prepared what you're gonna say next. So yeah.
Yes, that's absolutely correct. But even though, as we are talking right now, we didn't decide any topic here, right? But we are speaking here as it is flowing, and I think in such cases there should be some mindfulness, right? So in such situation, how we could mitigate that process?
Pause.
Yes.
While talking with person, how to make a pause.
No, how to mitigate pauses, because in between the conversation, sometimes we really feel hard how to ask the next question and even what to ask as the next question, right? So how we can mitigate that problem? And just because of this, we take several pauses in between the conversation, right? So how it is possible to
Unnecessary
mitigate?
pauses. Yeah, I think in my case, I go with reading, and sometimes when it feels to take pauses is mandatory, but unnecessary pauses is not good for conversation. Sometimes, if you planned random session, so there's the idea came to you, and we take unnecessary pauses. So in that case, we have to instead of taking pauses, we have to proceed your ideas, whatever comes your mind. Don't think about what I'm going to say next. So, yeah, this is the
Yes, we
thing
have to
I
be
just.
spontaneous, right?
Yeah, spontaneous. Whatever comes to your mind, if you don't plan your session before, so whatever comes to your mind, without thinking of judging, if I speak something, someone judge me. Without thinking these things, we just go on a spontaneous conversation as we went to. So, yeah.
Yes, that's correct. But sometimes, I don't know whether do you also feel the same thing or not. Sometimes, how do I feel as what to ask next? Because in some conversations we are out of any topic, right? So how to engage the conversation and what I can ask the next question? So in such situations, I think we have to be very sharp and we have to be very mindful about the conversation so that we could prepare the questions from that conversation itself,
Yeah.
right? So for that, I believe we have to watch as as much as podcast, and we have to watch.
To engage.
Not only the
um,
podcast but many informative videos as well, so that we could get
Videos,
spontaneous and immediate ideas,
ideas.
engage the conversation.
Yeah,
Yes.
and while listening conversation or podcast, you know a lot of things like how to conduct and how to question them people. Yeah. A lot
Yes.
of things you learn from podcasting.
Yes.
I'm also a very big fan of Raj Shamani and Jay Shetty.
Yes.
I
Yes.
always go with that podcast.